I'm in the building. Week 4, baby. Oh, I think this is What's the Line podcast, week 4. If you know, you know. We go over all the NFL lines Sunday, review what's going to happen, to give out best bets, teasers, parlay picks, and more. I'm your host, Meticulous Mark P. I'm in the building, waiting on my guy, Mike Curry. I think we can get started. Look like Mike Curry. I cannot hear you, Mike. I don't know if it's me.
My mic wasn't on.
There we go.
You can hear me now?
Yes, sir. We already live.
Yeah, my mic.
Sound like it just went out again.
Nah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
you. Yeah. It wasn't my mic wasn't. I hope you can still hear me.
I can still hear you. You're a little delayed. I don't know if it's Wi-Fi or we'll make it work though.
I don't know what's wrong.
I mean, you was pretty clear when you just said that, so. Give me
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Let's hope it stays the same. Cause I don't even want to fuck you up.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna see how it works out. If not, we can make this pretty short and sweet. But yeah, What's the Line podcast? I'm about to tweet it out right now. What's the Line podcast? Annie Consulting presents. It's week 4. Going over all the Sunday NFL lines. Give out best bets, teasers, and more. Mike and I running the pick and roll. But let's officially get started. Anybody that's out there streaming right now, we know Thursday night football is about to come up, so we're gonna start it off. I got another innovative best bet. Let's get right to it, Mike. All right. And we're back. Annie Up Consulting presents What's the Line podcast, week 4. I'm your host, Meticulous Mark P. Also the host of Meticulous Twitter Spaces each and every Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Participant in the What's the Line Monday Morning podcast, which is also another participant and host of Annie Up University. Mike Curry, how you doing today, my guy?
Hey man, I'm good, man. I know we're short tonight, but the 6-man, I'm always here, when y'all need me, man. When you guys need somebody to call up, I'm always here, man. But I'm ready to go 2 weeks in a row, man. Let's get it.
My guy, definitely running the pick and roll.
We did this last year too.
Oh, no doubt. I remember we did this last year, and it was like one of my episodes. I definitely remember. Let me I'm tweeting out the link right now. Once again, it's What's the Line podcast, week 4. Going over all the NFL Sunday lines. Our guys, we like to stay sharp. Sunday to Sunday when we study this. So I'm tweeting out the link now and posting it on Instagram as well. So come lock in with us as we go through these games. And if you're locked in, yeah, I'm about to give you a play of mine.
Already.
Yeah, man. I figure, since we do it on Thursdays now, I can start off with my best bet. I've been doing, I research this shit all week and work on the pod notes all week. So it's like, yo, once you get to Thursday, though, you gotta start locking in. So I'm gonna actually try to see if I could. All right, there we go. Can you see that? Can you see this? No, you can't see that. You can't see that. Yeah, hold up. Little. There it is. All the little chicks with the kids and chicks that say Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. I'm going with the Cleveland Browns, man. -1 at Atlanta. I was A-Town stomping last week, but yeah, I'm with the Drew Curry show. Yeah, so I want to take the Browns -1 points. The Browns can run the ball, man. They're effective this way. They're so tough physically on offensive and defensive line. I know Myles Garrett might not play this week, or he might play, so it's pretty up in the air. However, playing on the Falcons team last week, some of the flaws that I noticed were just the defense. I mean, they're not that great defensively. Geno Smith looked like an all-star quarterback out there. So I kind of want to fade their defense. We got Cordell Patterson not playing or not practicing all week. And he was just so dynamic last week running the ball, breaking tackles. Falcons 8-14-1 against the spread after a win since 2018. I just think that 17-25-1 against the spread non-division games during that span. Mariota's a good quarterback. I just think this Browns team is so physical. They come from, such a physical, division. Got the mini bye, play last Thursday, 10 days off to rest, to travel to Atlanta. I just think this team is so physical. 14-10 against the spread non-division games. The Browns are under head coach Kevin Stefanski. So I'm going to take them and ride this train as they can run the ball. And I think they're going to run all over this Falcons defense. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, I can't talk you off of this. I just love the transparency. Like, you were on the Falcons last week. I rode with you on the Falcons, and here we are fading them. I do like how you talk about the Browns. With the Browns, the one thing I like about them is their identity. We know what they like to do. We know what they want to do. That's run the ball with Nick Chubb, also get a little Kareem Hunt going. And we've actually seen Amari Cooper show up. So he's been pretty solid. I still like them even without Myles Garrett, whether he's in and out. I still like the Browns. So, yeah, man, I can't talk you off of that play, man. I lean with the Browns as well. I'll probably ride with you on that. Though.
All right, and then Rome gave out a stat earlier, right? So let me look at it again. It's just kind of the back out play. Teams that started 3-0, or is it 3-0 straight up and 3-0 against the spread? So never mind. That goes out the window. But yeah, this Falcons team 3-0 against the spread so far this year. And coming off a win. So not like I'm catching them 0-3 or anything, right? I'm catching them off the win. And I think that we have an advantage here. But another team, let's go to the London game, Mike. Vikings laying 2.5 at the Saints, or not at the Saints, versus the Saints in London, total of 43. Any thoughts on this game? Saints, I don't really know them. I don't know if any of these spreads. All right. But yeah, Saints 11-8 against the spread after a loss since 2018.
So I have some concerns, which I probably won't even lean either way. Jameis Winston's banged up. Michael Thomas didn't practice today. Alvin Kamara's banged up. I just really don't know, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Those are key guys. You know what I'm saying? Those are three of their best players. I guess I'll lean with the Vikings, but even Dalvin Cook is banged up too with that shoulder injury.
Right.
It's really tough.
Practice fully today, Dalvin Cook. Practice fully.
He did. I saw he practice fully. He's banged up as well, though. But I don't. I guess I would lean with the Vikings, but I don't really have too much for this one.
Yeah, me either. I don't have too much for this game. I don't like either team right now. I think the Vikings have more talent, but London, I'm just getting up. I got shit to do. I'm really unsure about this game, so I'm not going to bet it. And it's probably a stay away from me. But yeah, next game, a lot of less home dogs this week. So we got couple teams laying 3 at home. I'm wondering who would you rather lay it with? The Cowboys are laying 3. versus the Commies, and the Giants are laying 3 versus the Bears. Giants 9-17 against the spread as a home team under Daniel Jones, or since Daniel Jones has been drafted. And the Cowboys 5-9 against the spread as a home fave since 2016.
Probably rather lay it with the Giants. Just a fade on the Bears, just a fade on my guy Justin Fields. And they won last week too, so I want to fade him again. This team is 2-1 right now, and 2-1 straight up. And I'd rather fade them. Cowboys and Commanders. That game, I don't know. The line is a little short to me, in my opinion. Division game 2, so I'd rather just lay it with the Giants, who are coming off a loss, and just a fade on the Bears and Justin Fields in that offensive line. So rather lay it with the Giants.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Out of division, out of Division 2, I would rather do that. The Bears team, 32nd in the league and throwing the ball, 78 passing yards per game. I would fade that. And then I like Daboll as a coach. I feel like he's trying to coach around Daniel Jones right now, which isn't great, but he's going to have time to adjust to that. But I think I would rather lay it with the Giants in this case. And I like I gave out the first half under 20 in this game. You can still find it at some shops. So I do like that number a lot. And I like it down the first half under 19. But yeah, I gave out the first half under 20 at a shop that I will not name. But yeah. So
no free promo.
Yeah, exactly. No free promos. Another couple teams laying 3.5 to 4. The Lions are laying 4. We know that's my bestie in the testy. Dan Campbell, 14-6 against the spread as a head coach, 8-2 against the spread at home. And the Colts are laying 3.5 at home. I'll start with me. I mean, I would rather lay it with the Lions easily. I know most of these games, the Lions were catching points, the vast majority of them. But that wasn't the case with Washington a couple weeks ago. I just think this team, has explosiveness. I know that St. Brown hasn't been practicing this week, so that's something to monitor before you lay it. But there's no way I'm laying 3.5 with the Colts out of what I saw last week. This is a guy who had Michael Pittman in my 2-team prop parlay to get 60 yards, and it was a struggle for Matt Ryan to throw the ball. He's continuing to get hit, continuing to fumble the ball, and I like the Titans plus 3.5. So I cannot back the Colts. I would rather lay it with the Lions and catch a 3.5 with the Titans. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I agree with you again. I know we talked about how the Lions, are usually caught points in a lot of Dan Campbell's games, but the fact that they're laying points here, it speaks volume, and it's also a testament to how bad the Seattle Seahawks are. And I also I just like, the explosiveness that I've seen from the Lions offense. It's kind of crazy, but, their offense has been pretty explosive. They've been able to run the ball well. St. Brown has been doing his thing. Guys like Josh Reynolds been stepping up. I rather lay it with the Lions, and just not so much lay it with the Colts in division. I feel like this is a division that I feel like 9 or 10 wins will probably get it done. And I feel like this one could be, just a scrappy muck it up type of game. And I could see whoever winning. So I'd rather lay with the Lions.
All right, this game a little more interesting. I believe the Jaguars head coach Dougie Peterson coming back, championship winning head coach. They are catching 6.5 points at the Eagles.
Yeah, Doug Peterson.
Yeah, Doug Peterson. Total of 45.5. Any thoughts on this one?
I actually want to talk through this a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt.
The Eagles, they laid 6.5 over at FedEx in our backyard, and they laid 6.5. Now they go home, and this is a team the Commanders beat. And they go back home to Philly, and they're laying 6.5. Is that a little weird to you, or is that just a testament to the surprise that the Jaguars have been? What do you think?
What is that? So that's basically saying that this Eagles team is about 4 points better on a neutral. 4.5. Let's say 4.5 to be conservative. I think that's probably about accurate what that number is. However, when you think about it from the standpoint they were laying 6.5 last week at Washington, and they don't really have a home field.
Exactly. I was there. I was there.
It's definitely weird, and I have a like on the Jaguars here. I mean, this Jaguars team has put some money in my pocket the last 2 weeks, right? I caught them right at that closing line value against the Colts, as I saw the line just would not move without Pittman. And then last week I took them live on a first half minus, I think it was 5.5 or 6.5. So I mean, this Jaguars team, they're getting pressure like no other team right now. They're able to hit your quarterback. I think the Eagles are, I don't want to say they're not that good, right? They're pretty good. However, I haven't seen them score in the second half in 2 games now. So when you're blowing teams out and it's all fine and steady, that's all good. But when you have to be in a competitive game, quarter by quarter, the third quarter, like the fourth quarter, is an anomaly. It's in itself. And I haven't had to see them play in the fourth quarter since they gave up that lead to the Lions. So I would rather catch up with the Jaguars here, who are dominant on defense, and I got a number 1 overall quarterback who seems to be coming into himself and a coach with revenge on his mind. So I like the Jaguars plus 6.5. I think after this, you're not going to catch this many points with the Jaguars anymore. I mean, if they cover the spread and went outright, you think they would? I don't think you'll see 6.5 again.
No, I don't think so. I actually agree with everything you said. We don't even gotta be long-winded on this one. But I do love, you know me, I love a revenge narrative across all sports. So I like the Jags here.
Yep, should be noted. Eagles 3-0-1 against the spread as a home fave under head coach Nick Sirianni. So shout out to him. He's doing it. They landed down. They ain't lose. Undefeated. All right. Next game, I got the Bills -3 at the Ravens, total of 51. I lean Bills, Mike. I want to know what you think. I lean Bills. I'm probably going to look at all the receivers' props to go over because we know the Ravens give it up 32nd in the league in passing yards, opponents passing yards per game. But Mike, what do you think about this game?
I think I'm liking the over possibly. Well, I lean with the over possibly at 51. Both of these offenses have the potential to be super explosive. Now I know the Bills kind of got slowed down a little bit, but we always talk about this Ravens secondary, and this is absolutely piss poor. We even saw the Patriots put up some points against the Patriots. I mean, against the Ravens, and that is an offense that I don't like at all. From top to bottom, I just don't like their offense. They lack a lot of speed and just pop. And they were able to put up 26 points on this Ravens team. The Bills, they kind of got slowed down a little bit, but you know, they only scored 19 points last week. Totals at 51.
Right.
I'm gonna lean with this over for right now. With this spread at 3, I could kind of see it going either way, but I guess if I had to lean one direction, it would probably be the Bills. But I like that over just a little bit better.
Yeah, I think the Bills could put up. I think both teams can put up 30.
And the Bills are banged up on the defensive side of the ball as well. So
right.
I could see it. I could definitely see it.
I agree. It's definitely some value there with the over. Next couple of games, Chargers land 5 at the Texans. I actually have a like here on the Texans plus the 5 points.
Really?
Chargers are so banged up.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I always talk about with the Chargers and 49ers specifically, when you lose Bosa, the Bosa brother, things change. Like those are the 2 of the most dominant pass rushers in the NFL. And no way you could talk me out of it. So your defense has to change. They lose Slater as well in the offensive line. I know Herbert practiced full this week. But the Texans have been pretty good in this spot. In this spot, 9-7 against the spread as a home dog since 2018. We know Lovie Smith. We know they covered a few spreads this year, specifically week 2 and week 1. So I think this Texans team could definitely put up a fight. They're also Are they undefeated against? Yeah, undefeated 2-0-1 against the spread. The Texans are. So I would rather catch the 5 points with them, with a Chargers team that the defense is starting to unravel again like it did last year. 20th in opponents passing yards per game right now. But also, I'm not sure they're going to be able to, protect the quarterback, and he's going to have all his weapons. So I'll catch the 5 with the Texans. What do you think?
I honestly have nothing for this game.
Yeah.
I truly don't. I truly don't.
I'm trying to tell you, every day is about growth, right? So 2 years ago, I don't know if I'm rather catch this 5 with this Texans, but seeing so many injuries and just knowing what the Bosa brothers impact make, I think I would rather just catch the 5 here at home. But no, I definitely understand that.
This instant, I think the Chargers laid like 15 and a half against the Texans last year. I know they lost outright. They had like a bunch of guys on the COVID list and stuff like that. This is interesting though. I would say what an adjustment. And I know, COVID plays a role into that line, but I still think had they not, not been COVID, guys out with COVID, that line probably would have still been double digits. So it's interesting.
Yeah, it would have been up to like 9.5 to 10 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Cardinals at the Panthers. Panthers are laying one, total of 43.5. Cardinals 18-7-2 against the spread as a road team under Kyler Murray or under Cliff Kingsbury. But they came in together. Panthers 5-13 against the spread as a home team. This is prime tease territory for me. I gave it out as a play on Hogs Haven this week as I got to give out a best bet. I had to give out a day early, so I was like, let me go to teaser territory. So yeah, Cardinals. I like them in the tease. But yeah, Mike, what do you think about this game?
I'm leaning here with the Cardinals, and one reason I lean with the Cardinals is because what's going on with this guy Christian McCaffrey, man? Banged up again.
Same old, man. Same old.
And nobody is shocked here. He's a very important player. Regardless of who's the quarterback. I know Baker Mayfield is his first year QB, but regardless of who's out there, Christian McCaffrey's an extremely important player. I think he's worth something on the line as well. But I lean with the Cardinals here. They're still treading water in that NFC West. It's still they still have a chance. They probably think they have a chance. I know the Seahawks are bad, but the 49ers, they haven't been quite as sharp. They're 1-2 right now. So I feel like the Cardinals, this is an opportunity, for them to make a statement and also stay afloat. And, these are two coaches I'm not high on, but Matt Rule, I'm not high on at all. So give me the Cardinals right here. I leave with the Cardinals at +1.
Yeah, for all those that don't know, I am a Carolina Panthers fan, meticulous Mark P, but don't show it much because we suck these days. I mean, you saw me in 2015, I was all in. But yeah, I would definitely rather I lean here with the Cardinals. I told you I already played them in a teaser play that I gave out. But yeah, the Panthers 31st in passing yards per game. What's the difference between that and Sam Darnold? I have no idea. Like, it's basically Justin Fields is the only person, the only offense worse that can't pass the ball. So I would definitely rather catch the point with the Cardinals here, who, like I said, 18-7-2 against the spread as a road team. And we know all NFC West teams under their current regime are, 56% or greater against the spread as road dogs. All right. Let's close out this pod. Mike, we got a few more games to touch on. Patriots at the Packers. Packers laying 9.5. Any thoughts on this game?
I think so. First, I want to talk about the number itself, and I don't know when the last time Bill Belichick is caught 9.5.
Right.
So I think that speaks volume in itself, and that is probably why I would lean with the Packers. Just because it would just be a play on the line. I do have some concern with them laying 9.5 and the total being so low. But I would just lean with the Packers, man. There's a reason the Patriots are catching 9.5 points. There's a reason a Bill Belichick coach team is catching 9.5 points. And the line's probably going to go up a little bit before kickoff, probably closing like 10 or something. But I lean with the Packers in this one, just strictly a play on the line. And I just think it speaks volumes to where the Patriots currently are. And also Mac Jones could be out for a while too. So I guess Brian Hoyer will be up in there. So yeah, I lean with the Packers.
Minor disagreement for me. I would definitely lean with the Patriots here. This is the perfect Belichick spot, right? Like, you're only going to get the catch 3 to 3.5 points with Belichick, right? Maybe 7, like if he has Cam Newton as his quarterback. But the thing is here, like the Packers defense, you can run on them, right? They're 18th in opponents' rushing yards per game, giving up over 113 yards per game on the ground. The Patriots, one of the things that I value about like Bill Belichick is his ability to coach up defense, right? So they're probably going to try to take away whatever they do best and make them play left-handed. So their defense has played pretty well this year, the Patriots defense. There's been some spots where, like, Lamar Jackson, MVP, makes an incredible play. It is what it is. And we got an MVP here in Aaron Rodgers. But if you make him play left-handed, right, and then this Packers team has also had many blunders last season, specifically with the special teams, Bill Belichick is the guy to take advantage of stuff like that. And I just can't lay over a touchdown, nearly, a touchdown and a field goal with a team that is still trying to figure out who they are, right? They got Dobbs involved last week, right? So it's just like, all right, well, maybe you can't use Dobbs this week, and you gotta deal with, work with your Lazards and things like that. And then last thing is Mac Jones has not played well this year. He's had about 6 turnovers, a lot of interceptions, a few in the red zone. I think Brian Hoyer would not turn over the ball.
Okay.
So I just think that's a little bit of an upgrade right there. I just think, and then Mac Jones is now worth 3.5 to 4 points on this line. I don't believe so. So I'd rather catch a 9.5 here, mostly because I think the Packers may have a special team. Like we may see one of those plays, right? And then also I think that Belichick is going to try to make them play left-handed, but Brian Hoyer is also not going to turn the ball over. So I think they're all right, and this line should probably be about 6.5 to 7.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm glad we had some disagreement, to be honest with you.
No doubt. And like I said, I just lean that way because Brian Hoyer, I can't call it. All right, 2 more games on the board. AFC West, 3 of them. Raiders laying 2.5 at the Broncos. Raiders 32-35-2 against the spread after a loss under Derek Carr. 27-33-1 against the spread as a home team. You got any play in this one, Mike?
I have a like on the Raiders. I feel like this is a must-win game for the Raiders. They cannot, in this division, the AFC West, which is a tough division, and I know the Chargers haven't been sharp. The Broncos, they're 2-1, but they're still kind of figuring things out. The Chiefs, they look the sharpest, even though they're coming off a loss. But I think the Raiders, I just feel like in this division, because we know how good this division is, they cannot afford to go 0-4. And not even just that. I know the Broncos are 2-1, but I watched 2 of their games were on prime time. I saw 2 of them. Offense is still finding its way. I mean, I know they're only averaging 14 points. They're only allowing 12, but okay, cool. You played the Seahawks, Smith. We expect them to be an explosive team. Okay, no. All right, the Texans. They held the Texans to 9, but okay, it's the Houston Texans. We expect, Davis, Mills, and them to be explosive. No. I was, somewhat impressed. They held the 49ers to 10 points, but that game was just nasty. That game was just ugly. it just was. And then you look at the Raiders. Their issue hasn't really been scoring points. It's just been kind of closing games out.
Right.
In that Cardinals game, they scored what 20 points through regulation, and didn't score again. Like they were just bad. They were just bad, and I feel like this game, and the line says it. Raiders minus 2.5. I think the line speaks volumes, and I really like the Raiders this week. I really do. Kind of do or die game.
All right, I think for a little, as the disagreements continue, I think this is the spot for a chicken sandwich, Mike, if you're down, because I think I'm gonna like the Broncos here.
I'm with it.
All right, I'm motivational P, right? I was looking for reasons to play the Raiders. This is a guy who lost a chicken sandwich I don't even know if Rome noticed that I sent the money. I don't care because I did send it. However, this is a guy that lost in the Raiders last week because I thought they were in a good spot against a non-talented team, in my opinion, and the Tennessee Titans. And the upgrade of talent is just tremendous here. And when I look at the Broncos last week, they didn't look good at all. I mean, they ended up winning the game. Kudos to them. But that 49ers team is dominant on defense. Number one in opponents passing yards per game. They were number one coming into that game. So I think that's a tough matchup in itself. But this Raiders team will give it up. I know they will in passing yards per game. They're 26 right now, giving up 267 yards. That's just who the Raiders are. So I think this Broncos team can actually look. It might be their coming out party here. It might be their coming out party. So I'm going to take the Broncos here plus the 2.5 in division. And I don't know. It's going to be a good game. I'm definitely going to be tuned into this one. So that's a chicken sandwich bet right there.
This is my first chicken sandwich bet.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Last game, Chiefs pick them at Bucks, total 45.5. Let's say Bucks 7-2 against the spread after a loss with Tom Brady. Chiefs 8-7 against the spread after a loss under Mahomes. Mike, you got any play in this one?
Oh man. No, I don't have a play. I probably this would be a game I'm gonna just watch. Is this Sunday night?
Yeah. Definitely Sunday night game, popcorn game.
I'm watching this, Joe.
Yeah, popcorn game.
Right now, I'm just watching it.
I will note, I gave this out as my second leg of my teaser on Hogs Haven. Is my best bet for the week. Bucks. They were catching one at that point though, so I got Bucks up to 7.5 to 8. I don't know, but yeah, I'll double check. But yeah, so but I probably won't play this straight. This is interesting. I lean Bucks though. Lean Bucks. And all right, Mike. Before we get out of here, teaser pick. You gotta tease me. I mean, I guess I'll give out mine. I'll still take Bucks. Give me the 6.5 point. We do 6 point teasers here. Give me Bucks plus 6. Oh no. Give me Broncos plus 8.5, and give me the Cardinals plus 7. What did you got?
I want the Titans plus 9.5.
All right.
And I will take my bad, Pete.
No, you're good.
We did miss a game. Now I'm looking at this board.
We missed the game?
Jets Steelers.
Oh yeah, I lean Steelers, my bad.
I'm just looking at the board real quick.
Right.
And man, give me the Cardinals. Yeah. Cardinals plus 7. And what's my other one? Titans plus 9.5.
There we go. All right, there's Mike Curry. And you got a best bet for me, Mike?
Raiders minus 2.5.
All right, there we go. Raiders minus 2.5. All right, before we got it, once again, thanks everybody for listening, tuning in. What's the Line podcast, week 4, brought to you by Annie Up Consulting. Good man, Mike Curry. I'm your host, Meticulous Mark P. We back again Sunday, us two, as well as Jordan. Jordan's hot on the best bets. It's fucking crazy. So shout out to all of that. Appreciate you, Mike. And yeah, let's watch some football.